It has been a while since the Woodchucks have made the trip just over 2 hours south to Madison, Wisconsin. But we're back here at Warner Park as the Woodchucks are looking to break a now 7-game losing streak after getting swept in a doubleheader yesterday by the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Will Charlton here with you on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Happy you're joining us on this first evening in the month of August. The season is winding down day by day as the Woodchucks only have 13 more games to play, which at the start of the summer seemed like that would be a long ways away. But the Woodchucks are back in Madison for the first time in a very, very long time. They are 1-1 only here at Warner Park this season. This is the makeup game from July 9th. That was originally supposed to be part of a home-and-home set. The Madison Mallards won the last meeting between these two by a score of 13-3. That came at Athletic Park. But the Woodchucks are now looking for their first win once again since now Thursday, July 20th. It has been a long time since the Woodchucks have won a game. But this is a team who they are 5-2 against this season. And it's going to lead off with Dwight Allen. Then it'll go to Mike Adair, Jesse Donahoe, Mark Schallenberg, Christian Mitchell, Trent Van Ness, Andrew Jimenez, Matt McGann, and then Ryan Blanchard is making his return to the Woodchucks. He'll be batting in the 9-hole. And it'll be Dwight Allen who is first leading off against the Mallards, and starting pitcher Jacob Kisting, who's only in his second appearance with Madison and his first start of the summer. And we are underway from Warner Park as Kisting goes with the fastball, a little low and outside to Dwight Allen. Jacob Kisting, the Bradley Brave, throws a fastball for strike one. A 1-1 count to Dwight Allen. Kisting, the 6'5" right-hander from Verona, Wisconsin. Not too far away from here in Madison. And he throws with another fastball. And Allen is down 1-2 in the count. First outing for Kisting was 1 1/3 with 3 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Did not allow a hit as he misses high and outside to Dwight Allen. That came just over a week ago against the Lakeshore Chinooks in a 11-2 win for the Mallards, who have also lost 4 in a row. So one losing streak is going to end today, whether it's the Woodchucks or the Mallards. And Dwight Allen still has not swung his bat. The count is now full to the leadoff man for the Woodchucks from Jacob Kisting. So not a terrible start to this summer for Kisting, as the 3-2 to Allen is a fastball that's right down the middle. And Allen does not swing. He is struck out looking. Allen does not swing his bat once in 6 pitches. And instead of being walked, he is punched out. So that is not the ideal way to start out if you're the Woodchucks, who are looking to just try and find ways to get on base early and try to produce some offense. They had runs, been held without a run for 15 innings of baseball yesterday. Were shut out in Game 1 against Wisconsin Rapids, 5-0, and then did not score any runs until the 7th inning of the 7-inning game against Wisconsin Rapids yesterday, forcing extras, but losing by a score of 6-5 in the 8th, as Mike Adair, the Dayton Flyer, is up for the first time against Kisting, and he swings through the 1-0. Count is now 1-1. Kisting coming off a season with Bradley where he made a total of 18 appearances and 7 starts, or 14 appearances and 14 starts, as Mike Adair hits one on the ground to Jake Goolsby, the first baseman. He'll step on first base himself, and that is 2 up, 2 down for Kisting. But Kisting, in 14 appearances and 14 starts, was 0-9 with a 6.07 ERA, a 1.61 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, and 72 2/3 innings on the mound for Bradley, one of the main starters in their rotation. In fact, had the most innings pitched out of any pitcher in the Bradley bullpen this past season. Had an opposing batting average of .290, struck out 79, allowed 85 hits, 51 runs, 49 earned. Walk 32 batters. Did Kisting. So one of the better arms, you could say, and one of the starters in the rotation for the Bradley Braves as Jesse Donahoe is up to the plate for the Woodchucks, and he fouls off the 1-0, the Georgia State Panther, who is in his last game with the Woodchucks. All 5 All-Stars will be gone from the team after today. Jesse Donahoe, his final game with Wausau is today. So it'd be fantastic to see him go out with a bang. 1-1 from Kisting is a little low and inside on the off-speed pitch. Donahoe playing in his 50th game with the Woodchucks. Yes, 50th, starting his 48th. And the 2-1 is hit up the middle, but it's going to be spot by Davis Hamilton. He fumbled the ball, and he will still make the out in time as the throw just beats out Donahoe's running to first base. He throws out Donahoe to Goolsby, and the Woodchucks go 1, 2, 3 down in that order here in the first. They'll take the defense when we come back. Take the field and defense, rather, when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
It's now the Woodchucks on defense, and here is how they line up tonight. In the outfield from left to right, it's Mike Adair, Dwight Allen, Trent Van Ness. In the infield on the corners, Christian Mitchell, Mark Schallenberger at first base. Up the middle, you got Jesse Donahoe and Ryan Blanchard, shortstop and second base. Behind the dish, Matt McGann. And on the mound is the right-handed pitcher making his Wausau debut, the University of Fort Lauderdale product, soon to be Barry University product, Chase Muir. The right-hander from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, making his Woodchucks debut. A 6'4", 200 right-hander, Chase Muir, will be facing off against this batting order for the Madison Mallards. Leads off with Jackson Tucker, Davis Hamilton, Isaiah Jackson, Jake Goolsby, Liam Moreno, Cal Fisher, Noah Sudica, David Melfi, and Jake Schaffner. But Chase Muir is making his Wausau debut after 15 appearances and 8 starts this past season with University of Fort Lauderdale. 4-3 record, 2 saves as well. And he's facing off against the St. John's product, Jackson Tucker from Staten Island, New York. First pitch is a fastball from Muir. Mostly a fastball slider kind of guy. Will also feature a split change, a curveball, and a cutter. 5-pitch arsenal, but his go-tos are his slider and his fastball. And he showed us a breaking ball there, but it missed high. So now 1-1 to Jackson Tucker, who's batting .272 on the season in 42 games played. And Muir goes back to the breaking ball, but it misses over the back of Jackson Tucker. He had to duck under that one to avoid being hit by it. 40 hits in 42 games played, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs for the Mallards outfielder, who is in right field in this game. As he fouls off the 2-1, it's now 2-2. Muir looking to pick up the first out in his first at-bat that he is facing off against this season on the mound. 2-2 to Jackson Tucker. There's a slider that misses a little high. And now the count will be full to Tucker. Also has 22 RBIs on the season and 30 walks, as well as 35 runs scored. Just under a 400 on-base percentage, 398 for Jackson Tucker this season. Payoff pitch from Muir. Drops in for strike 3 on a punch-out. Gets him on the breaking ball. So both pitchers pick up punch-outs against the leadoff batter for both sides. And funny enough, both on full counts as well. As now that'll bring up the second baseman, Davis Hamilton. A product of North Dakota State University. From Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, as Mira misses on the first pitch to Hamilton. Hamilton playing in his 38th game, batting .240 on the season, 35 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, 28 RBIs, 19 walks, 23 runs scored, and also a slugging percentage of .425 for Hamilton. And there's the breaking ball to the left-handed batting Davis Hamilton. That one drops in for strike 1 from Muir. Muir, who had a 4.65 ERA this past season at University of Fort Lauderdale in 15 1/3 innings on the mound, struck out 83, only allowed 37 hits, 33 runs, 26 earned. And a 1-1. There's the changeup that he throws for the first time. We've seen it. And that was also a strike, so now it's 1-2 to Davis Hamilton. As we're still waiting the first swing from the left-handed batter. Davis Hamilton, 1-2 from Muir. Is swung through, and that is 2 strikeouts right out the bat for Chase Muir. Not a bad start for the right-hander from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Like I mentioned, 83 strikeouts this past season at University of Fort Lauderdale, and now has 2 quick ones here so far. And to continue his stats from this past season at University of Fort Lauderdale, 33 runs, 26 earned, 29 walks, and an opposing batting average of only .201. And we'll go into some season highs for Chase Muir in just a little bit, but that brings up the Arizona State Sun Devil, Isaiah Jackson, the native of Vail, Arizona, who is playing center field tonight for the Madison Mallards. Familiar name against the Woodchucks, Isaiah Jackson. 49th game, Isaiah Jackson is playing with Madison now, as the 0-1 fastball taken inside for ball 1. .261 batting average, 47 hits, averages just under 1 hit per game. 11 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs, 36 runs batted in, 26 walks, 33 runs scored, and a slugging percentage of .406 for Isaiah Jackson. As Chase Muir cannot paint the low outside corner with the breaking ball. Matthew Metcalf, the home plate umpire tonight. (2-1). Way outside on the breaking ball goes Muir. And now it's a 3-1 to Isaiah Jackson. We're still waiting for the first base runner in this game. If Isaiah Jackson does go down, that will be 1-2-3 innings by both defenses. And the 3-1 from Muir is a breaking ball that drops low on the slider. So that'll be a 5-pitch walk to Isaiah Jackson, and Muir has allowed his first base runner. So that'll bring up Jake Goolsby, the soon-to-be Charlotte 49er. As Goolsby takes first pitch fastball for strike 1 from Muir. Jake Goolsby, the first baseman from Springville, Alabama, is going to see a lot more time at first base now that Owen Jackson, the power slugger for the Madison Mallards, is no longer with the team. As Muir tries the breaking ball, but it does not hit the outer half of the strike zone. So that'll be ball 1 to Jake Goolsby, who's batting .253 through 45 games played, 39 hits, 6 doubles, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, 24 walks, and 28 runs scored. 1-1. And Mura just misses outside again. Third of 6 times the Woodchucks will be playing here this summer. In fact, we'll be spending 3 of our next 4 days here in Madison, as that one is driven way down the right field line. It stays fair, and that is a home run for Jake Goolsby. Jake Goolsby gets all of that one and sends it over the right field wall. 2-0 Madison. And just like last night, Wausau has gone down 2-0 in the first inning. Last night, game 2, I should say, not game 1. That is now the second allowed by the Woodchucks in back-to-back days, though. So it was Brendan Bobo hitting a grand slam against Wausau in game 1 of the doubleheader against Dominic Reed yesterday. But the first hit of the board gives one side their first 2 runs as well, and it's the Mallards who have an early lead of 2-0. So now it'll be Liam Moreno who hits one down the left field line but will go foul. Try to hit the fastball, but fouls it off. So the count is 1-1 to Moreno, who is playing left field tonight for the Madison Mallards. We'll go through their defense in full when we come back for the Woodchucks bats, as Moreno, State College of Florida product from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. And Mura cannot find the inside half of the strike zone with the breaking ball. Jake Goolsby, that was his 6th home run, and also RBIs 29 and 30 on the season. As Liam Moreno takes a fastball way inside, nearly hits him, and he is up to first base. So after striking out the first 2 batters, that is now 2 walks and a home run given up by Muir. And Ross Davis, the pitching coach and acting manager for the Woodchucks, is going to head out there to talk it over with his right-hander, who is making his first start and first appearance for Wausau. We'll more likely see 3 new pitchers in the game today for the Woodchucks. As also pitching for Wausau later will be Logan Haslam, who is a brand new name as well. Just got added to the team earlier today. And then we also might see the debut we'll see the debut tomorrow, actually, of Kevin Cordy, who is the starting pitcher against the Rafters for that set finale, if you will, that goes back to yesterday. As that will draw to the plate Cal Fisher. Cal Fisher, recent high school graduate who is on his way to Florida State University very soon, native of Deerfield, Wisconsin, who has been very good for the Mallards so far this season. Through 25 games, batting .232, as this one is hit into the glove of Jesse Dono. He's going to make a long throw to first base, and keeping the foot down on the bag is Mark Schallenberger. Jesse Donahoe makes a long throw over, stopping the ball from going into left field, and he is able to throw out Cal Fisher on a well-hit ground ball. But that will do it for the first inning. Madison, off the 2-run home run by Jake Goolsby, takes an early lead into the second here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, Couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Since we did not introduce the Mallards on defense, let's do that right now. Liam Moreno in left field, Isaiah Jackson in center field, Jackson Tucker in right field. On the corners in the infield, Noah Sudica at third base, Jake Goolsby at first base, up the middle, Kel Fisher at shortstop, and Davis Hamilton at second. Behind the dish is David Melfi, in on the mound, like mentioned already, is Jacob Kisting. And Jacob Kisting went 1-2-3 against the Woodchucks in the first, featuring 2 ground balls by Adair and Donahoe, also a strikeout of Dwight Allen, who has been a rather difficult out so far to start the season. Dwight Allen, the Georgia Bulldog, came into this game today batting .500 with an on-base percentage of .692. And only 3 games played so far. And for the Woodchucks, it'll be Mark Schallenberg, Christian Mitchell, and Trent Van Ness in this inning. So Mark Schallenberg, the Evansville ace from St. Louis, Missouri, is going to lead things off here in the second for the Woodchucks. Mark Schallenberger now playing in his 17th game, starting his 16th with the Woodchucks, batting .345. 20 hits, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in, 12 walks, 11 runs scored, and a slugging percentage of .638, as well as an on-base percentage of .500. And you notice how he has played 16 games and started 15. Well, in 15 of those games he's played in, he has reached base. The only game he has not reached base in was the season opener for him, you should say, and the second half opener against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, the 4-1 loss for the Woodchucks that started the second half. He takes first pitch strike from Kisting, then takes inside on the off-speed pitch for ball 1. Little Missouri Valley matchup here between Bradley and Evansville. Evansville, the much better baseball team by record this past season and by finish in conference. 1-1 to Schallenberger is fouled off behind his head for strike 2. The 2 times the Woodchucks have played here this year, it was a 7-0 shutout win for the Madison Mallards in the season opener on Memorial Day, May 29th. And then last time here, it was a Woodchucks win in 10 innings of 6-4, featuring a Jake English 3-run home run in the 10th inning. That would kind of be the deflator for the Mallards in that one. In fact, that was a come-from-behind win for the Woodchucks, too. They were trailing late in the game 3-2 and then forced a 10th. As Schallenberger will await the 1-2 once again. And it is put on the ground to Davis Hamilton at second base. And he will make the throw inside of Jake Goolsby. That's 4 up, 4 down on the mound for Jacob Kisting. And he has already matched his outing of the last time out against Lakeshore, an inning and a third. Schallenberger, who picked up his first 2 hits in a very long time, it feels like, for a guy like him. Had not had hits since July 15th against Green Bay. And he had 2 in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Couple of singles in his last 2 at-bats that allowed him to go 2 for 5 in the game, as that brings up the Central Michigan Chippewa turned Cincinnati Bearcat. It's Christian Mitchell, native of Romeoville, Illinois, who is transferring to Cincinnati, playing the Big 12. 3-game hit streak and a 12-game or 13-game on base streak for Mitchell, who was coming off a game last night in the doubleheader where he was 2 for 4, including hitting his third double of the season in hits number 13 and 14. 1-1 in a righty-righty matchup. As Mitchell puts this one on the ground, Noah Sudica plays it at third base, and he throws out Mitchell. That is the 4th straight ground out forced by Jacob Kisting on the mound. And Mitchell is now 0 for 1, as that will bring up Trent Van Ness, the UW-Stevens Point pointer. As Trent Van Ness now playing his 3rd game with the Woodchucks, batting .167. His one hit came last night in the 5-run 7th inning rally for Wausau. It was back-to-back singles by himself and Andrew Jimenez that started that 5-run comeback. And now he's looking to avoid a second straight 1-2-3 inning of work by Jacob Kisting. And he is already down 0-2, has not swung his bat yet. He also scored one of the 5 runs in the inning and reached on air in the extra inning 8th. Kisting 0-2. Is a ground ball. It's put right up the middle by Van Ness, but is grabbed by Kisting into his glove. It was heading for center field if Kisting did not glove it, but instead that is a 5th straight ground out forced by the right-hander from Bradley. And he has gone 6 up, 6 down against the Woodchucks to start off this game. Madison still leads 2-0 into the bottom of the 2nd. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Noah Sudica is going to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning for the Madison Mallards. And Chase Muir is into his 2nd inning of work now as he goes with the fastball a little outside to Sudica. Noah Sudica, the UC San Diego product from Aliso Viejo, California. The 3rd baseman for the Mallards in this game as he swings and misses. Foul tips the 1-0 into the glove of Matt McGann. It's a 1-1 count to Sudica, who's batting .192 in 22 games played on the season. 14 hits, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 9 walks, and 15 runs scored. And the breaking ball catches the inner half of the strike zone for strike 2 from Muir. 7, 8, 9 at least for the Mallards here in the 2nd. Sudica, Melfi, Schaffner. And the 1-2 is hit in the air into center field. Going back for it is Dwight Allen, and he has it. That'll be out number 1 on the pop out by Sudica, which will bring up the catcher, David Melfi, the product of Wagner College by way of Jackson, New Jersey. David Melfi playing in his 17th game now, batting .148, only 8 hits in 16 games played so far, 1 double, 1 home run, 9 RBIs, 8 walks, and 7 runs scored for Melfi. As going with the high breaking ball inside, having to duck for it once again is Melfi. The Mallard having to duck under the baseball. And that'll be a breaking ball that just misses high. (2-0) to Melfi from Chase Muir. And the 2-0's in there for strike 1 on another breaking ball. Really working that slider so far, like he told me pregame he was going to. He said his slider is his go-to pitch. And Melfi swings through the split change. So now it'll be 2-2 from the right-hander to the right-handed batting Melfi. And Muir's delivery is a little outside on another breaking ball. Muir pitched a season-high 8 1/3 innings with 20 strikeouts. Yes, 20 strikeouts against Bob Jones College on March the 20th. So, of course, those 20 strikeouts were his season high this past year in college, as Melfi hits one foul, and that is going to go into the stands. He'll stay alive on the 3-2. He also went another 7 full on the mound with 10 strikeouts May 9th against Toccoa Falls. And his 2 saves came in that on February 10th against Ohio Christian and May 19th against Trinity Christian. Overall, he had 4 outings of hitless baseball, and then he had 4 different outings where he did not walk any batters. He also had 10 other strikeouts in a March 31st game against Trinity Baptist in 5 innings pitched. And being punched out is Melfi on the inside breaking ball. Melfi gets punched out on a breaking ball that hits the inner half of the strike zone, according to Matthew Metcalf. And that'll be the 3rd strikeout of the game and 2nd strikeout for Chase Muir. As now making his Madison Mallards debut is Jake Schaffner, a recent high school graduate. Puts one down the first base line. It stayed fair. Mark Schalberg got a hustle to the bag, and he won't have it in time. Jake Schaffner is going to have an infield single in his first at-bat in the Northwoods League. It was on the first pitch he sees from Chase Muir as well. So Schaffner stays alive with 2 outs in the 2nd. As now up for the Mallards will be Jackson Tucker. He was punched out. In his first at-bat, as Matt McGann checks down to Alan Bryan at first base. But it is to no avail of the Woodchucks, as it is ball 1 on the breaking ball outside slider to Jackson Tucker. Schaffner's off to second, and McGann's not even going to try to throw. Schaffner got a great jump on that one. So first hit and first stolen base of his Northwoods League career has come in this 2nd inning, as the Mallards are looking to expand their already 2-0 lead, as missing on the 2-0 is Muir. Elevated fastball makes it a 3-0 count to Jackson Tucker. .30 is a fastball. That is high once again, and that is ball 4. So Jackson Tucker is walked. Third walk by Muir. So far it's a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. As that brings up Davis Hamilton once again, who was also struck out, but that time it was swinging. And Hamilton lays off the first pitch breaking ball. Davis Hamilton looking to keep the inning going for the Mallards, who lost last night in extra innings to Lakeshore 12-5. It was 8 runs in the 10th inning for the Chinooks that propelled them in a big way over Madison. Game was tied 4 apiece heading into extra innings, and then Lakeshore would add 8 to totally deflate the possibility of Madison trying to come back in the game. So now Madison sits at 14-12 in the second half. Wausau at 9-15, and Wausau, with that loss last night, fell to under 500 for the first time since the season opening loss to these Mallards here at Warner Park. As the 2-1 misses way inside to Hamilton, and it's now 3-1 with runners both advancing on that pass ball there. So now with runners on second and third, and Tucker and Schaffner, Madison has a chance to go up by even more than 2-0. Like mentioned, one of these two teams will find themselves back in the win column tonight. And so far as the Mallards, who look like they want it more. 3-1 to Hamilton. And Muir throws a fastball that might have been outside, but instead Hamilton takes a rip at it and fouls it down the left field line. It goes into the stands. So now it'll be a full count and a payoff pitch to Davis Hamilton. The 3-2 is outside and low on a fastball, and that is now another walk that has been given up with 2 outs. So Ducks are on the pond here at the Duck Pond, as Madison has bases loaded for Isaiah Jackson, who was walked in his first at-bat. And he's looking to put the Mallards up by more than just 2 runs. This is a ground ball to Jesse Donahoe, and he will make a close play at second base to Ryan Blanchard, who came in covering the bag. Close force out, but Donahoe is able to throw out Davis Hamilton there, and that will do it for the bottom of the second. Madison leads bases loaded, stranded, and Wausau avoids going down by more than they need to. It's still 2-0 Mallards into the third here from Warner Park.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Jacob Kisting is into his third inning of work, and he has only faced off against 6 batters for the Woodchucks. As he'll be first facing off against Andrew Jimenez. He has also not allowed a base runner yet. So he has had some really nice command on the pitching mound so far. Only 1 strikeout, but it has forced 5 straight ground outs by the Woodchucks as Jimenez swings through the 0-1. The UW-Milwaukee Panther from South Elgin, Illinois, Andrew Jimenez, who is the DH in this game for Wausau. Coming off a 1-hit performance yesterday against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, where he got a hit in the 7th inning of yesterday's Game 2. Was one of the reasons for the 7th inning rally for Wausau that fell just short in extras. As 1-2 from Kisting is taken low on the breaking ball, but Metcalf's appeal down to Alan Bryan in favor of the Woodchucks. Count is 2-2 on the spiking curveball. Jimenez in his 7th game now played and started for the Woodchucks is batting .211, 4 hits, 1 double, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, 2 runs scored, and then also scored one of the 5 runs in the 7th inning yesterday against Wisconsin Rapids. He was playing third base in that game as he fouls off the 2-2 and stays alive. Does Jimenez. Coming off a season at UW-Milwaukee where he played in 10 games only, had 4 hits and 9 at-bats, as well as an RBI. And a 2-2 fastball taken a little low and outside, and the count is now full as the Woodchucks are still looking for their first base runner of this game. It's Jimenez, McGann, Blanchard here in the 3rd. And the payoff pitch is taken just outside on a fastball. So the Woodchucks do have their first base runner. It comes here in the 3rd as Jimenez will trot 90 feet down to first base. And that brings up the Albion College product from Sterling Heights, Michigan, Matt McGann, who is now playing and starting in his 14th game with the Woodchucks this season. He's batting .256 with 10 hits, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, 1 run, and 1 stolen base, including being 1 for 2 in yesterday's Game 1 against Wisconsin Rapids. So back-to-back days catching for Matt McGann, a position that the Woodchucks could use a little bit of assistance on, and the Woodchucks did bring in a new catcher today. More than likely we could see in the lineup tomorrow against Wisconsin Rapids. And his name is Carson Richter, product of Edgewood College here in nearby Madison, or nearby in Madison. As McGann fouls off the 1-1, it's now 1-2. Righty-righty matchup between the 6'5" right-hander from Verona, Wisconsin, who picks off Jimenez on first base on a throwback to Jake Goolsby. Jimenez stumbled on the base path trying to get back to the bag. Took not the greatest dive back at it and is picked off on the base path for out number 1. So now bases are clear. And with 1 out, it's a 1-2 count to Matt McGann. As missing low on the off-speed pitch. Is Kisting. And the 2-2 to Matt McGann is a fastball that he rips down the third base line. It goes foul. So McGann staying alive. Like to mention, 1 for 2 against Wisconsin Rapids, singled and was walked twice. That was his 10th hit of the season, as the 2-2 is taken low and outside on the changeup. So now the payoff pitch. And McGann hits this one in the air. It's going into center field, right center, and it's Isaiah Jackson who will make the grab, the center fielder for the Mallards. So that is out number 2 here, all of a sudden, even though it should only be out number 1. So now with 2 outs in the inning comes Ryan Blanchard, the recent commit to Chico State in California, a D2 school, former product of Feather River College in California, and native of Eagle, Wisconsin, who's back with his second stint with the Woodchucks. His last game he played in was on June 6th against Wisconsin Rapids, where he's 0 for 3, but in 4 games played with Wausau, he hit 143 with 2 hits, and the 0-1 from Kisting is fouled off down the right field line. So now the 0-2 to Ryan Blanchard is a elevated fastball that just misses high. Ryan Blanchard, 1-2, is fouled down the right field line again on a push. Oh, and a fan caught it right in his hands. He didn't even need a glove for it. So 1-2 again to Blanchard. Is swung and missed at on a breaking ball. Strikeout number 2 for Jacob Kisting, and that will be technically another 1-2-3, as it's going to be the top of the order for the Woodchucks in the 4th. And it is Chase Muir and the Woodchucks defense heading back out there for the bottom of the 3rd on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Time for the bottom of the 3rd here from Warner Park. Will Charlton with you on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. As Jake Goolsby leads off the inning against Chase Muir. And Jake Goolsby is the reason the Mallards are up 2-0 in this game so far, as he hit the 2-run home run that put the only 2 runs on the board so far in this game as he takes the 1-0 on an outside fastball for ball 2 to the University of Charlotte product, Jake Goolsby. 2-0 is hit into shallow left field this time, and it'll be Mike Adair who is there to make the grab. Second flyout forced by Chase Muir, as that means all 3 leadoff men who have been to the plate for Madison have not reached base yet. The only leadoff man who has was Andrew Jimenez in the top of the 3rd before he's picked off on base for the Woodchucks. But now that brings up Liam Moreno for a second time. And the first pitch fastball, upper 80s numbers for Chase Muir. 0-1 to Moreno, who was walked in his first at-bat. And Moreno fouls back the 0-1. It's now 0-2 to the left fielder. From the State College of Florida. One of the many Sun Prairie, Wisconsin natives on this Madison Mallards team. 0-2 from Chase Muir is a changeup taking in the dirt. So 1-2. Now to Liam Moreno is hit down the left field line and will go foul. On a straight pull that heads into the playground area, I guess you would call it here at Warner Park. So 1-2 again as Muir looks for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is a breaking ball hit into the glove of Christian Mitchell. Nice play at third base. Mitchell had to slide into the ground, or slide in to grab that one, I should say. And he plays it perfectly off a hop to make the play to Mark Schallenberg at first base in time. Nice work there by Christian Mitchell at third base. And being thrown out is Moreno. So now for the 3rd straight inning, Chase Muir has picked up outs number 1 and 2, but has not been able to go 1, 2, 3. So we'll see if that changes here against Cal Fisher, who's 0 for 1 already, and that won't. He's hit by the first pitch on his inside shoulder on the fastball. So Cal Fisher is going to reach base. And for the 3rd straight inning, Chase Muir has gone 1-2, but then has allowed a base runner. And in fact, in back-to-back innings, after picking up the first 2 outs, he has then faced off against 4 batters after that. So if that's the case, then this inning won't be over until Jake Schaffner in the 9-hole. But that will bring up Noah Sudica, who flew out in his first at-bat. He's batting for the 2nd time in the same amount of innings now, as he fouls off the first pitch in this at-bat. On a fastball by Chase Muir. So the 0-1 to Sudica, the 3rd baseman for Madison, is a fastball that clips the lower half for strike 2. So now he's down 0-2 and is looking for out number 3 and his shortest inning of work on the pitching mound so far. Oh, 2. to Sudica. As swinging through the 0-2 on the slider, taking a check swing and coming through it was Sudica. And that will be a strikeout. That will retire the side here in the third. Chase Muir picks up his fourth. And that will send us into the fourth here from Warner Park. As the Woodchucks will be back up to bat when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Madison leads it 2-0 through 3 full innings here at Warner Park in this makeup game. As Wausau is trying to avoid losing an 8th straight game. And acting manager Ross Davis is still looking for his first win, holding that position. And still on the mound is Jacob Kisting, and he's through 3 full without allowing a hit yet. So why not? You might as well stay out there. As Dwight Allen is going to be the first batter up for Wausau. He was punched out. 1 of 2 strikeouts so far for Kisting. And now he's down 0-2 already. He thought about putting a bunt down on the first pitch, but then pulled it back and took strike 1 instead. And now he takes the curveball for strike 2. So he's trying to avoid being struck out for a second time in this game. Dwight Allen, who is batting .500 through 2 games played, but instead takes the outside breaking ball. The Georgia Bulldog from Milton, Georgia. 4 hits in 3 games played, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 5 walks, 4 runs, 2 stolen bases, including being 1 for 3 in yesterday's game 2 against Wisconsin Rapids. And he'll be punched out for a second time. Dwight Allen has not swung his bat once yet in 2 at-bats now. That'll bring up Mike Adair, who has the Woodchucks' first hit of the game. He puts one, a ground ball into right field that escaped underneath the glove of Jake Goolsby. And that'll be a 1-out single for the Woodchucks. They finally have a hit on the board. As Mike Adair continues his hot hitting recently. That's now his 20th hit in 21 games played. And now he finds himself on a 3-game hit streak with that one. He has back-to-back 2-hit games and has 3 2-hit games since coming back to the Woodchucks on the 21st of July. As that brings up Jesse Donahoe once again, who, like mentioned, will be playing his final game with the Woodchucks this summer tonight. He was 0 for 5 in yesterday's Game 1 against Wisconsin Rapids, including being 0 for 3 the game before that against Lakeshore as well. So 0 for 8 in his last 8 at-bats that have gone down the scorebook. Has reached base a couple times on walk and fielder's choice, but only walks, of course, count toward the on-base percentage. .292 batting average with 54 hits for Donahoe. And on the active roster, he leads it in hits, triples, and home runs, as well as RBIs as well. And also leads the active roster with walks. And speaking of walks, he's up in the count 3-0. 10 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, and 32 RBIs. 36 run scores and 35 walks for Jesse. 14 multi-hit games as well. Now playing, like mentioned, his 50th game with the Woodchucks. 3-0 from Kisting is taken low and outside, and that will put runners on first and second. Now 4-pitch walk to Donahoe, who came to this game with a .403 on-base percentage. And now has been walked for the 36th time as a Woodchuck. That brings up Mark Schallenberger, who grounded out to Davis Hamilton his first at-bat at second base. He led off the second. And with one out here in the fourth, he's looking to keep something working here for the Woodchucks. First pitch from Kisting is taking outside. The Woodchucks now, after being shut out in the first 3 innings of this game, have only scored runs in 1 out of 20 innings played down the past couple of days. As Schallenberger hits one in the air into right field, that's going to be a pop fly, and Mike Adair is going to try the tag up. Oh, that is a good throw from Jackson Tucker, but the tag from Sudica will not be put down. Adair is just able to beat out the throw in the tag. That was a fantastic throw from Tucker, but I think Sudica might have bobbled it a little bit. And in fact, moving up as well is Donahoe. He moves to second base. So Schallenberger flies out for out number 2. He's now 0 for 2 in the game, as that brings up Christian Mitchell as the Woodchucks are looking for their first runs of the game. Christian Mitchell, like mentioned, 2-hit game last night against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors in Game 2. Right now would be a good time to extend his 3-game hit streak to 4, as he hits one into left field on a line, but will be caught by Liam Moreno. I thought he had it for a second, but instead it stayed in the air for longer than I anticipated. And that will just be a fly out for Mitchell. That will retire the side here in the fourth. The Woodchucks leave 2 runners stranded and still have not scored a run yet. It's 2-0 Madison to the bottom of the fourth here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Bottom of the fourth inning. It's still 2-0 Madison. Only 3 hits combined between these two teams so far. as Madison is in the driver's seat to try and break a 4-game losing streak for themselves, as Chase Muir is back on the mound facing off first against David Melfi here in the inning. It'll be Melfi, Schaffner, and Tucker at least for the Mallards here in the bottom of the 4th, as the Woodchucks missed out an opportunity to try and cut into the 2-0 lead for Madison, as Christian Mitchell flew out to left field on a ball that seemed like it was pretty well hit at first, but stayed in the air for longer than anticipated. And it was Liam Moreno who would end the inning. 0-2 to Melfi is swung at in the air into center field. And it'll be a fly out to Dwight Allen. So Melfi is down for a second time. He's out number 1 here in the 4th. So, I mean, that's 4 straight leadoff batters retired for Chase Muir on the pitching mound. As warming up in the bullpen for the Woodchucks is Richie Lycian. So more than likely Richie Lycian will be the next pitcher we see for Wausau. And now it's Jake Schaffner, who swung at the first pitch he saw in his Northwoods League career and had a hit, as Mark Schallenberger was not able to tag the first base bag in time to get out Schaffner. And he has one of the 2 Mallard hits in this game so far. 1-0 to Schaffner is taken low for ball 2. This is a funny matchup because you got Chase Muir, who was born in 1998, facing off against Schaffner, who was born, or who just graduated high school. So that means he must have been born in 2004 or 2005. So there's a 5 or 6 year age difference between pitcher and batter here, as the 3-0 is taken on a fastball by Schaffner for strike 1. The soon-to-be North Dakota State Bison, Jake Schaffner from Janesville, Wisconsin. A left-handed batter and a right-handed throwing infielder for the Mallards, as the umpires have called time. I think a ball might have gotten away in the Mallards bullpen. That's something we see a lot at Athletic Park too, when the visiting team has a ball come into the field of play from their bullpen. 3-1 from Muir is taken outside on a fastball. So Schaffner, his on-base percentage stays at 1,000. Or 1.0, I guess you would say. And that'll bring up the top of the order with 1 out, as is Jackson Tucker up for the 3rd time now. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. The St. John's Red Storm product. And he swings and misses at the fastball by Muir. Jackson Tucker, 1 of 4 strikeouts in the game so far for Chase Muir. And the 0-1 is a breaking ball that drops in for strike 2. It was actually the first time in this outing that Muir has allowed a base runner with only 1 out. All base runners have been allowed with 2 outs. And the 0-2 to Tucker is swung and missed at, and he has been struck out for a 2nd time. 5 strikeouts now in his first start for Chase Muir. As now that'll bring up Davis Hamilton. Who is up for a 3rd time, and he is 0 for 1 with a walk as well. He was also out number 3 in the 2nd due to being put out at second base, as the Mallards left 3 runners stranded that inning. Muir goes with a high outside fastball for ball 1. So now 1-0. And that one paints the low outside corner on the fastball for strike one to Davis Hamilton. One of the two North Dakota State Bison on this team, as stealing second and being safely in there is Schaffner. That's his second stolen base. As now it'll be 1-2 to Davis Hamilton with Schaffner in scoring position. As that one's hit into right field on a line, it will be played on the hop. Coming home is Schaffner, and that is a good throw home, but Matt McGann will not lay the tag down, and being thrown out at second base will be Davis Hamilton. That'll be an RBI single for Davis Hamilton that gives the Mallards a 3-0 lead, but he is thrown out at second base as he tried to go for second on the throw, and he was not able to. So Mallards now lead it 3-0, but that will do it for the fourth as we head into the fifth here from Warner Park on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Mallards have called to the bullpen to start the fifth inning here, as coming into the game after 4 full innings of work by Jacob Kisting, only allowing 1 hit, striking out 3, only allowing 2 walks, is another right-hander. It is Andres Kleinsek. Native a product of Madison College by way of Fitchburg, Wisconsin. 5'11" right-hander, who's coming in for the 9th time as a Mallard. A 1.42 ERA, a whip of only .95 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, that is. 2-1 record and 12 2/3 on the mound as he throws the 0-1 on an off-speed pitch inside to Trent Van Ness, who leads out the inning for the Woodchucks. Only allowed 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, has struck out 5 and walked 3 in 8 appearances. 1-1 to the right fielder from UW-Stevens Point, as this one is a fly ball hit into the outfield by Van Ness, and it is caught the warning track by Isaiah Jackson. That was a well-hit ball by Trent Van Ness, but just did not get enough on it. Kleinsek has a season-high 3 strikeouts in his 1 inning pitched against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Allowed a home run in that inning as well, but that was a 1 inning appearance against Wisconsin Rapids in the 26-4 win for Madison. They missed out on a Northwoods League record 28 runs by just 2 as Andrew Jimenez hits a single, the second of the game for the Woodchucks after the deep flyout by Trent Van Ness. Pretty hitter-friendly ballpark here at Warner Park. Not the deepest dimensions. Pretty similar to Athletic Park in terms of dimension. But Andrew Jimenez picks up his second hit in 2 games now. And he is now 1 for 1 after being walked in the 3rd as well. He is the first base runner once again in the 5th, so let's hope he doesn't get picked off again. As that brings up Matt McGann for a second time. And McGann takes inside on the off-speed pitch for ball 1. Last time out for Kleinsek was against the Lakeshore Chinooks. He also picked up the win in that one. A 3-2 win for the Mallards. 2 full innings of work on the mound. Striking out 1 in 7 batters faced, nothing else. And Andres Kleinsek. As that one's ripped down the left field line by McGann, but does go foul into the Mallards bullpen. So instead of what could have been a double for McGann, it is a strike, rather, to the Woodchuck catcher from Albion College. He flew out to Isaiah Jackson his first at-bat. That came back in the 3rd. As going way inside again with the off-speed is Kleinsek. So 2 balls that have missed way inside to Matt McGann. He has seen a lot of inside pitches lately. And I mean a lot. Kleinsek, the 2-1, is another off-speed that's taken high. (3-1) to McGann. And that one misses outside. That'll put runners on first and second for the Woodchucks with 1 out here in the 5th as they are looking for their first run of the game still. So now they'll bring up Ryan Blanchard for a second time. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And his second at-bat back with the Woodchucks. And he thought of putting a bunt down, but instead pulled it back. So 0-1 to Blanchard. As stepping off the mound is Kleinsek. 9th appearance, like mentioned, with the Madison Mallards. Staying pretty local, a product of Madison College, the JUCO in the area, as the 1-0 is fouled off, or the 0-1 rather is fouled off by Blanchard on the curveball. So now it'll be 0-2 to Blanchard. And this is where you think maybe putting that bunt down, trying to put it down the first base line potentially. And the first pitch might not have been a terrible idea. 0-2 to Blanchard. His return to Wausau. First game played since June 6th is a fly ball that's hit into right center field. And Jimenez is going to try tagging up. Jackson is going to throw it, but that will take Sudica off the third base bag. So that'll be a fly out for Blanchard. That puts runners on the corners now. So that brings back up the top of the order in Dwight Allen, who has been a player of the game for the Woodchucks twice in 3 games played now. And he has still yet to swing his bat in 2 at-bats, and he's been punched out twice. So let's see Allen get a little aggressive here. He's got a big gap in between Sudica and Fisher at shortstop. If he can just put one into left field between the two of them, that would score the first Woodchuck run of the game. And he swings at the first pitch he sees and pops it up in foul territory. And it is caught by the catcher, David Melfi. And that is a pop out for out number 3 that will end the inning here in the 5th. The Woodchucks are being shut out through 5 once again for the 3rd straight game now. And Madison will still lead it 3-0 into the bottom half of the inning here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Chase Muir's Wausau debut has come to an end. He went 4 full on the mound, allowing 3 hits, 5 walks, striking out 5, and allowing all 3 runs, and all of them being earned. Now on the mound is the right-hander from Mokina, Illinois, by way of Lawrence University in Wisconsin. It is Richie Lassian, who is coming in for a 6th time as a Woodchuck. He's 1-1 with an 11.57 ERA, a 2.43 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. 7 full innings on the mound of work. 4 strikeouts, 12 hits, 9 runs all earned. Has walked 5 and has an opposing batting average of .400. And Lassian is first facing off against Isaiah Jackson here in the bottom of the 5th. As the 2-0 is swung at by Jackson, and it will go into the stands along left field. Lassian, who last appeared against the Rockford Rivets on July 21st, had his best outing of the season, going 4 full on the mound, striking out 4, only allowing 2 hits and 1 run. It was earned, only walking 2 batters as well. He had really good command of all his pitches, but it is 3-1 between himself and Isaiah Jackson now. And Jackson hits one on the line into right center field, but coming up to make the grab is Trent Van Ness for out number 1. Well hit ball by Jackson, just did not get enough of it. And Lassian, the guy who thrives off trying to force fly balls and ground balls, has forced out number 1 here in the inning. As he is now facing off against the home run hitter in this game, Jake Goolsby. And he tries the Off-speed pitch for ball 1. Did not get the low outside corner. And this time goes with a fastball that's a little high. 2-0 count to Goolsby, who flew out to left field in his last at-bat, and Mike Adair. As Lycian finds the strike zone there on the 2-0 to Goolsby. As Goolsby now has 40 hits on the season and 6 home runs, like mentioned. And the 2-1 is taken low on another fastball by Lycian. Did not pitch all his past season for Lawrence, took a redshirt year. Did Lycian. As this is a ground ball by Goolsby over to Christian Mitchell at third base, and he will throw out Goolsby as his throw is in time to Mark Schallenberger at first base. So now 2 up, 2 down for Lycian here in the 5th as he is facing off now against Liam Moreno, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Moreno, the left fielder. Righty-righty matchup as Lycian goes with the fastball that just misses low to Moreno, who was walked for only the second time, only playing in his 5th game with Madison. And Lycian goes with a splitter that hits the outside edge of the strike zone. 2 hits in 4 games played for Moreno so far this season. And the 1-1 breaking ball is in the dirt. Two-one. And Lycian goes high fastball for ball 3 to Moreno. And the 3-1 is low. Moreno has been walked for the second time in the game, and he will keep the thing alive for Madison. He's been walked now for the 3rd time in 5 games played. Twice now in this game, so he stays 0 for 1. As that'll bring to the plate Cal Fisher. Wausau will be coming right back down here on Thursday for a 6:05 first pitch once again here in Madison. You can catch that game right back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. And then it'll be a 6:35 first pitch on Friday night here in Madison. So 3 of the next 4 days will be spent here in Madison for the Woodchucks. As Cal Fisher fouls off the 0-1. Yep, 6:05 Thursday night, 6:35 on Friday night. And the 0-2 is hit on the ground by Fisher. Soft ground ball to Ryan Blanchard at second base, and he will make the play in time to Mark Schallenberger. So that will do it for the 5th here as Madison only sees 4 batters come to the plate. And Liam Moreno is the only base runner. Richie Lycian retires the side, and that will send us into the 6th here at Warner Park. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball, the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
I'm so glad.
Leading off for Wausau here in the top of the sixth will be Mike Adair, who is 1 for 2 in this game. Picked up his 20th hit now in 21 games played for the Woodchucks this summer, and has been really good with the bat since coming back to Wausau, as he's facing off here against Andres Kleinsek for the first time, as Adair was left stranded at third base last time he was up. And he takes ball one way outside from Kleinsek. It'll be Adair, Donahoe, Schallenberger here in the sixth. So this could be a great chance with the heart of the order coming out for the Woodchucks to try and add their first runs of this game, as Adair is dealing with a 2-0 count from Kleinsek in a righty-lefty matchup. All three lefties will be batting in this inning as Adair fouls off the 2-0. Adair left-handed batter, Donahoe left-handed batter, Schallenberger left-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Kleinsek. And we had a beach ball escape the outfield grass area where fans are sitting. So the outfielders for Madison had to call time, and Isaiah Jackson, the center fielder, had to go put it back into that grass area in left center field. That ball is really close to the fence once again. Now you have some parents coming over there saying, let's move that back a little bit so that doesn't happen again. As Kleinsek misses low and outside to Adair, and the count is 3-1. Kleinsek, the pitch to Adair is fouled down the left field line again. So that will load the count and make it full, as Adair looks to be the first base runner for the Woodchucks here in the inning. The Dayton Flyer from Seminole, or for Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, by way of Seminole State in Oklahoma. And Adair is going to be punched out, as finding the outer half of the zone is Kleinsek. Adair thought he had a walk, but home plate umpire Matthew Metcalf thought otherwise. And that will bring up Jesse Donahoe. Donahoe's 0 for 1, looking to try and get on base for a second time. Like mentioned, this will be his final game as a Woodchuck. So it'd be awesome for Jesse to at least have a hit in this game, as he does not have a hit since Saturday against Lakeshore, where he just singled. So he's 1 for his last 12 coming into this game at the plate, as he takes the off-speed pitch from Kleinsek in low outside corner for strike one. 1-1 count now between the Georgia State Panther Jesse Donahoe and the Madison College product Kleinsek. The middle infielder for the Woodchucks, who has been Mr. Reliable for Wausau all season long, and the final remaining all-star on this team, as after yesterday's game, Colin Brigham did depart. Yesterday was the final game for Drew Berkeley and Colin Brigham and Jake Baker for the Woodchucks. All three guys who we're sad to see go, of course. Brigham, the powerful left-handed bat, will no longer be in the 3 or 4 hole for the Woodchucks. Baker, who had started to see the baseball really well, ended his Wausau tenure in a 7-game hit streak. And then Drew Berkman was just a great guy and a really good hitter as well to always have around. As Donahoe does not take a walk. Instead, it is now 3-2 between himself and Kleinsek. Only 2 hits on the board for the Woodchucks, no runs, and 3 runs, 3 hits for Madison. Donahoe hits at the payoff, and it is to Cal Fisher at shortstop. Donahoe has been thrown out at first base. Cal Fisher had to play that one off a big hop, and Donahoe was not able to beat it out. So now with 2 outs, that'll bring up Mark Schallenberger's over 2. The Woodchucks currently on a season-long losing streak. As Schallenberger hits one in the air into right field, it does not have enough carry. It's going to be a fly out into the glove of Jackson Tucker. Back-to-back times he has flown out to right field. And that will be a 1-2-3 inning as all 3 left-handers do not reach base. And the heart of the order is down for Wausau. That takes us into the bottom of the 6th here from Warner Park.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Richie Lycian enters 2nd inning of work as he's facing off first against Noah Sudica for 7, 8, 9 here in the 6th for the Mallards. And he fouls off the first pitch he sees. And the 0-1 from Lycian to Sudica is hit in the air, and it's going into right center field, or staying more so in center field, and that will go into the glove of Dwight Allen on the 2nd pitch of the at-bat. So that's out number 1 here in the inning, as Sudica flies out to center field. And that will bring up David Melfi. And throwing first pitch ball to David Melfi is Richie Lycian. Melfi in the game 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. As he hits one into left field, that will be a 1-out single for the Mallards. And Melfi picks up a hit there. That's only his 9th hit now in 17 games played for Melfi. And that brings up Jake Schaffner, who is 1 for 1, still 2 stolen bases, now a run scored. And Lycian, the first pitch to Schaffner, is fouled off. Has not been retired yet in his Northwoods League debut. Schaffner, the designated hitter. And the 0-1 from Lycian is taken in the dirt. McGann's going to try to throw to second. And that was nearly an error for the Woodchucks. The ball got underneath the glove of Jesse Donahill, but thankfully Ryan Blanchard was there to back it up. As getting safely in to second on a wild pitch is Melfi. So 1-1 count to Schaffner. And that is an outside fastball for ball 2 from Lycian. No double play ball in effect with 1 out. As Lycian delivers the 2-1. Low on a fastball. 3-1 count to Schaffner, who is 1 ball away from walking for a second time and keeping that on-base percentage at an even 1.0. (3-1). Schaffner fouls it off. Full count now as Lycian looks for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Payoff pitch is fouled off. So the count stays full with Melfi at second base. And the payoff delivery to Schaffner again is hit in the air. And it is going into center field and will be caught by Dwight Allen. Not tagging up is Melfi. So that's 2 flyouts here in the inning to Dwight Allen in center field. As it'll be Jackson Tucker and the top of the order backup for Madison. 4 of these final 5 games between Madison and Wausau we played here at Warner Park, as Wausau played 4 at home against Madison in the first half, as Tucker hits this one into deep center field, and it is going to be caught at the wall by Dwight Allen. He had to run all the way back there. A really well-hit fly ball by Tucker. Did not have enough on it. And that is 3 flyouts to the Georgia Bulldog here in the 6th. That will do it for the bottom half of the inning. We're into the latter part of this game and the top of the 7th when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Time for the top of the 7th here at Warner Park, as the Woodchucks have zeros through 6 innings of gameplay in 3 straight games now. The 7th is when they scored all 5 runs against the Raptors in yesterday's Game 2 of the doubleheader, besides being shut out in Game 1. So besides the 7th inning, that is 21 innings of baseball that Wausau has been shut out in the last 2 days now, as Christian Mitchell is the leadoff man for the Woodchucks here in the inning. It'll be 5, 6, 7 Mitchell, Van Ness, Jimenez against the right-handed throwing Andres Kleinsek. And Mitchell fouls off the 2-0. Count is now 2-1 to Christian Mitchell, trying to extend his 3-game hit streak and 13-game on-base streak. And the 2-1 is hit into left field on line and is once again caught by Liam Moreno. That's the second time that Mitchell has done that in this game, and just barely has missed 2 hits. The last one would have scored 2 runs potentially. As Mitchell is now 0 for 3, and that brings up Trent Van Ness. Only 2 hits in this game for Wausau, as Trent Van Ness takes first pitch off speed inside for ball 1 from Kleinsek. Van Ness is 0 for 2. And the 1-0 is hit into left field by Van Ness, and the Woodchucks have a home run. Trent Van Ness goes yard, and the UW-Stevens Point Pointer puts Wausau on the board here. Better late than never for your first run if you're the Woodchucks, and it's a solo shot by Trent Van Ness. He was so excited to get this opportunity to play in the Northwoods League, and he has his first home run of the season and of his Northwoods League career. Congratulations, Trent Van Ness, as that is going to draw Kleinsek out of the game. Wausau gets on the board with their 3rd hit of the game, and it is now 3-1 Mallards, as they have a new pitcher coming in, and we'll introduce him when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Trent Van Ness hits his first home run in his Northwoods League career, and only his second hit as well in his Northwoods League career, and it makes this only a 2-run game as Wausau has their first run on the board, and that is now 6 runs scored in the past 2 days in the 7th inning by the Woodchucks. As Trent Van Ness, a guy who had 9 home runs this past season and 47 games played and started with Stevens Point, has his first as a Woodchuck. And that has drawn into the game the new pitcher for the Madison Mallards. It is Chad McCann, who comes into his 15th appearance with a 3-0 record, an ERA of 5.04, a walks and hits per innings pitch rate of 1.32, and opposing batting average of 278. And he is first facing off against Andrew Jimenez here, who is 1 for 1 with a walk as well. And the 0-1 from McCann to the right-handed batting Jimenez, who rips one way down the left field line and foul. Way ahead of it. McCann, 25 full innings of work on the mound, 25 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned, has struck out 17 and walked 8. And the 0-2 to Jimenez is high and outside on a fastball. Chad McCann, the now 3rd pitcher in the game for Madison after 2 1/3 by Andres Kleinsek. And the 1-2 to Jimenez is fouled off just barely on the breaking ball. Chad McCann, the 6'4" right-hander from Campbellsville University by way of Panama City, Florida. Back with the Mallards for a second stint. Was a two-way guy last year, mostly actually a batter last year, now mostly a pitcher this time around. Last time out came against the Green Bay Rockers, and the last win for the Mallards, that came this past Thursday, as that actually hit the inside arm of Andrew Jimenez. So the first batter faced for Chad McCann in this outing is a hit by pitch that just grazed the inside elbow pad on the breaking ball to Jimenez. So now Matt McGann is looking to keep the offense moving for Wausau here. Last time out for McCann, that was 1 full inning of work, allowing 2 hits, 3 runs all earned, and a couple of walks as well as 1 strikeout against Green Bay. As it's an outside off-speed pitch to Matt McGann, the catcher. 0 for 1 with a walk. That came in his last at bat. 1-0 to McGann is hit down the third base line. It will go foul. One now to Matt McGann. And McGann hits this one into left field. It's got some carry as well, but it's not going to have enough. Oh, Matt McGann was just about 10 feet away from tying this ball game. So staying at first base will be Andrew Jimenez. As McGann flies out for the second time. And that brings up Ryan Blanchard, who takes the first pitch he sees from McCann for a ball. Blanchard 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. First game back with Wausau since June 6th. As he puts this one on the ground, it is to Cal Fisher, and he'll make the put out of Jimenez at second base. And that will do it for the 7th here. But Wausau finally draws some blood. And they have hit a home run thanks to Trent Van Ness, who escaped to the left field wall here at Warner Park. It's now 3-1 Madison, as it's time to stretch it out here at Warner Park. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Wausau is no longer being shut out, as it is Richie Lacian out there for a third inning of work now, as Trent Van Ness hits the second home run this season by a Woodchuck here at Warner Park. The first was hit the last time the Woodchucks played here, and it was Jake English hitting a 3-run shot in the 10th inning of that 6-4 win the last time these two teams squared off here at Warner Park. And you had to go all the way back to the first half of the season for that game. That game was game 11 of the season for Wausau. That broke a then 3-game losing streak. And Wausau was trailing late into that game, so let's see if we can get a repeat of that game number 11. As it's 3-1 here in the bottom of the 10th, or bottom of the 7th, rather. Getting way ahead of myself there, jeez. My goodness. A little too worried about extra inning baseball right now. Davis Hamilton puts one on the ground, and it is picked up by Ryan Blanchard at second base. He'll make a little toss to Mark Schallenberger at first, and that will be out number 1. Davis Hamilton has grounded out, and he is now 1 for 3 in the game. Richie Lacian has come in once again and has looked pretty solid on the pitching mound. As it will be Isaiah Jackson up for Wausau. Or Madison rather, not Wausau. Isaiah Jackson has reached on fielder's choice and has been walked. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to right field in his last at bat, and that one is hit into center. That'll be a base hit for Isaiah Jackson. Jackson picks up his 40th hit of the season. My apologies, his 48th hit of the season. So now up for Madison will be Jake Goolsby. The last time he had Isaiah Jackson on first base, he hit one out of this ballpark. Hit the first of 2 home runs in this game so far. And the 1-0 to Jake Goolsby is swung and missed at. Foul tipped into the glove of Matt McGann. That'll be strike 1. As Isaiah Jackson at first base still. And Lacian will check back to first base, and Mark Schallenberger is holding on Isaiah Jackson, but nothing doing. Isaiah Jackson, a guy who certainly can steal bases, does have some speed being an outfield, but does not have any stolen bases on the season. As that one's hit into deep right field again by Goolsby, and he does not have a home run. Trent Van Ness makes the grab in right field against the netting. Jake Goolsby got all of that one again, but Trent Van Ness is there. And Trent Van Ness has done some really nice work on both sides of the baseball. I guess that's how you say it in this case. As Goolsby flies out to Van Ness. And that is out number 2. And that brings up Liam Moreno. Goolsby almost made this game 5-0. He was so close to his second home run on the day. As Moreno takes the fastball a little high and outside from Richie Lacian. Moreno was walked in his last at-bat, has been walked twice now in the game. One from Lacian. And that one's hit into left field on line. Going back is Mike Adair, and it's over his head. It goes off the wall, and staying at third will be Isaiah Jackson. Going to second and being not thrown out. Oh, wow. That was incredibly close. Christian Mitchell nearly threw out Moreno as Ryan Blanchard was covering the bag. It looked like Blanchard might have put the tag down in time, but he didn't. And that'll be a single for Moreno that he advances to second on due to the throw to third, trying to get Isaiah Jackson. So now the Mallards have runners on third and second as Cal Fisher comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, is the shortstop. From Deerfield, Wisconsin. 1-0 from Lacian is popped into right field by Fisher, and it is Trent Van Ness who does not make the grab. It instead is a foul ball. So it'll just be strike 1 to Fisher as Madison is looking to answer back the home run hit by Van Ness in the top of this inning. Cal Fisher looking to keep the inning going for Madison, whereas Lacian is looking to get the Woodchucks into the 8th. And Fisher hits one into left field, and it is into the glove of Mike Adair. So that will do it for the 7th as Madison leaves 2 runners stranded in scoring position. And the score stays 3-1 as Wausau has chipped away at this lead, and we'll need to add some more offense when we come back for the 8th on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
We're into the 8th inning here from Warner Park, as the Woodchucks still trail by 2, but do have their first run on the board as Dwight Allen in the top of the order is going through for the 4th time. Now Allen is 0 for 3. This will be the first time in a game that he is held without non-base appearance or a hit, if he is not able to get on base at some point. Still out there on the mound is Chad McGann for the Madison Mallards. As McCann, 1-1 count to Dwight Allen. And Allen is a little late to the breaking ball by McCann. One, two. To the center fielder for the Woodchucks. That is into the glove of Cal Fisher. Oh my goodness. Cal Fisher just made a remarkable play from shortstop. That ball was destined for left field, and he just robbed Dwight Allen of a hit. He put on his inner Derek Jeter there. That was unbelievable. Cal Fisher had to throw that ball all the way across his body to beat out the speedster Dwight Allen, and he was able to do so. Wow. All you can do is tip your cap to that one. That was an incredible play by Cal Fisher for out number 1 here in the 8th. So that brings up Mike Adair, who takes the 1-0 on the outside edge on the changeup by McCann. 1-1 as Adair watches the curveball drop outside. Adair in the game 1 for 3, singled back in the 4th, and was struck out looking in the 6th. Looking to be the first base runner for the Woodchucks, as the 2-1 gets outside and away from McCann, who goes breaking ball once again. And 3-1 to Mike is an inside pitch that Mike might have been able to get away not swinging at, but instead he has fouled out. A foul fly into the glove of Noah Sudica at third base. And now it'll be Jesse Donahoe for a 4th time, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. If he can't get on base, Mark Schallenberger is on deck. Donahoe trying to find the hit column for one last time as a Woodchuck. One 0 to Jesse is taken outside on the breaking ball by McCann. Two 0 with 2 outs as McCann delivers the pitch, and it catches the low outside corner for strike 1. On the 2 seam. 2-1 to Donahoe. Misses low. Another breaking ball. And now Donahoe awaits the 3-1. And does not have a chance to swing as he takes it way low and inside. So that will be a walk to Donahoe. He's walked for the second time in this game, which I'm sure is not something he's happy about. But that will bring up Mark Schallenberger. Schallenberger is 0 for 3. And yesterday in game 1 of the doubleheader, did pick up his 19th and 20th hits on the season as he takes a breaking ball on the outer half for strike 1. He has flown out back-to-back times to Jackson Tucker in right field and does have 7 multi-hit games now as Donahoe gets checked at first base, but Goolsby does not even lay the tag down as Donahoe was safely back there before Goolsby even caught it. 15 game on base streak for Schallenberger in jeopardy if he can't reach here. 0-1 is hit into right field on the line, and it is into the glove of Tucker once again. Schallenberger is now 0 for 4 and has gone that way 3 different times in a row now. Just has not been able to get enough of it. And that will do it for the 8th here, as the Woodchucks are running out of time to try and get back in this one. And it'll be Madison who is looking to come in and add some insurance to this 3-1 lead when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Back-to-back very nice outings for Richie Lycian. He goes 3 full on the mound, only allowing 3 hits and 1 walk, nothing else. As he has kept this score 3-0, or 3-1 rather. Held Madison to no runs in his 3 innings. As coming on the mound now for the Woodchucks is the left-hander from Noblesville, Indiana by way of Marshall University. It's Peyton Schofield. Making his second appearance for Wausau, came in for 1 2/3 of an inning against Lakeshore on July 29th, which was the Saturday game, and he picked up the loss in that loss to Lakeshore. The 8-error game for Wausau, so it wasn't even Schofield's fault really that Wausau lost, as he's first facing off here against Noah Sudica, 7.89 for the Mallards here in the 8th. His ERA is at 5.4 after that outing, a 3.6 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. Struck out 1, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, only 1 being earned though, and walked 4. His opposing batting average so far is at .333. So he has already delivered 2 balls to Noah Sudica. And the 2-0 is away and outside for ball 3. He made 7 appearances this past spring with Marshall, 5.4 ERA, 2.16 walks and hits per innings pitch rate, and 8 1/3 on the mound. Struck out 5, allowed 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, and also walked 9. Also has an opposing batting average of 300. 3-0 to Sudica, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk. Fifth walk allowed now in 2 appearances by Peyton Schofield. who did pitch for Wausau, not last summer, but the summer before that in 2021. It was a very solid arm out of the bullpen. 15 appearances, 3 games started, 5-1 record with 2 saves and a 5.79 ERA and 37 1/3 on the mound. First pitch swung at by Melfi into shallow right field, and Van Ness is not going to try to throw back to first base, as getting a big lead was Noah Sudica, but Melfi flies out for out number 1 here in the inning, as that brings up Jake Schaffner, as the Mallards will be 3 outs away from a first win since this past Thursday when we start the 9th inning. And Schaffner was retired for the first time in his last at-bat. Now it's a lefty-lefty matchup as Schofield goes with the first pitch cutter to Schaffner. And the 0-1. Schofield checked back to first base, but Sudica safely back there. Little lefty-lefty connection between Schallenberger and Schofield. Little S to S lefty connection too, if you will. 0-1 to Schaffner. As trying to go with the outer edge on the off-speed with Schofield, does not get it. Transferred to Marshall from Southeastern Community College and also Charleston Southern. Now in his second stint in the Northwoods League, as we have another timeout call by the umpires. A ball got into the field of play from the Madison Mallards bullpen. Schaffner 1-1 with Sudica on board. And the breaking ball on the slider taken low and outside from Schofield. Schofield made 2 different 2-inning appearances this past season with Marshall. Had a season-high 2 strikeouts in a game on February 19th against St. Louis. And then the other outing came on April 19th against Eastern Kentucky. And he has missed on the 2-1 low to Schaffner. 3-1 now to the brand new Madison Mallard and the recent high school graduate. Schofield also had 2 no-walk outings and 2 no-hit outings, with one of those being in the 4-19 outing. Schaffner fouls off the off-speed 3-2. Then if you go back to 2021 with Southeastern Community College, he had 100 strikeouts that year and then 88 strikeouts in 2022. So Schofield is a guy who knows how to have command of the strike zone when he is on. Payoff pitch to Schaffner is going to be strike 3, and that'll be a double play for the Woodchucks. Schaffner was struck out, and then being thrown out at second was Noah Sudica. So that'll be a double play between a strikeout and a caught stealing, as Schaffner goes down looking, and Sudica is thrown out at second base. So that'll do it for the 8th, and Wausau needs 2 runs to tie, or 3 to take the lead, and to try and force a bottom of the 9th when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Wausau has 3 outs to work with to try and avoid an 8th straight loss, as the Mallards are putting in a new pitcher in the game for his second appearance, who's looking for his first save. It'll be Jack Bennett, the Western Kentucky Hilltopper from Paducah, Kentucky, and he threw the first pitch strike to Christian Mitchell, who fouls off the 0-1. Christian Mitchell will be leading off the 9th here, 5-6-7, against Jack Bennett, who went 2 full innings, has an ERA of 4.5, a whip of 1 flat so far, an opposing batting average of 250, and the 0-2 to Mitchell is not swung through on the appeal down to Alan Bryan at first base. Jack Bennett made his debut with the Mallards only a couple of days ago against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in the 4-1 loss here, or at Hare Baker Field, going 2 full innings, only 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned and striking out 3. And he goes with a spiking curveball that drops in the dirt for ball 2 to Christian Mitchell, as Christian Mitchell has a 3-game hit streak on the line, a 13-game on-base streak on the line if he cannot reach here. And then Trent Van Ness is on deck. 2-2 to Mitchell, and that will be a punch-out. The fastball gets him on the outer half of the strike zone. That is not the way you want to start out this inning if you're the Woodchucks. Madison 2 outs away from breaking a 4-game losing streak. Wausau 2 outs away from losing their 8th straight. As now, once again, it is Trent Van Ness, who is 1 for 3 with that solo shot. That was in his last at-bat. Only his second hit as a Woodchuck, and it was the ball that left the left field wall. Here at Warner Park, 1-0 to Trent Van Ness. UW Stevens Point pointer, and the 1-0 is taken low and inside. Jack Bennett, 2-0 count now to Trent Van Ness. He is in line to try and get a save here, but now he has thrown 3 balls to Trent Van Ness. And we're going to have a little wipe of home plate by Matthew Metcalf. And that's also going to draw Sean Bryan out to the pitching mound, the pitching coach for the Mallards. With a 3-0 count, trying to calm down his right-hander, who's only making his second appearance, just finished up his freshman year at Western Kentucky. Teammates with Nick Shuddy and Garrett Brunstetter, 2 of the Woodchucks out of the bullpen of the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Nick Shuddy departed the team after his outing against Lakeshore on Saturday or on Sunday rather. And the 3-0 is taken low. No, it was Saturday Nick Shuddy was on the mound, because Sunday was Chandler Freeman. That's right. So that's a 4-pitch walk to Trent Van Ness, which brings the tying run to the plate, Andrew Jimenez. And this part of the order is what started the rally yesterday for the Woodchucks. Let's see if they can do it again here. It's only 2 runs, not 5 this time. That one's in the dirt. But David Melfi stays in front of it and does not allow Van Ness to try and go to second. That would have been a wild pitch thrown by Jack Bennett, who was looking to get Donnie Scott's Madison Mallards back into the win column. 1-0 to Jimenez, the UW Milwaukee Panther. That's a fastball for strike 1. Jimenez, the DH today for the Woodchucks, is 1 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Also singled back in the 5th. 1-1 is a fastball taken on the outer half for strike 2. We've got to get aggressive here, Woodchucks. Come on, let's start swinging the bats. 1-2 to Jimenez. And that one is popped into the glove and foul territory of Jake Goolsby. That's out number 2. One more out to go if the Woodchucks want to avoid losing an 8th straight game. A team who was a half game away from winning the first half in the Great Lakes West. And has not won a game since July 20th against Rockford. Matt McGann comes to the plate and takes the first pitch fastball for strike 1, the lower half. McGann is 0 for 2 with a walk. And now he's down 0-1 as looking for the save is Jack Bennett. 0-1 to McGann. And that one is taken in the dirt on a breaking ball. One. And McGann will take the slider just a little low and outside. Two one as Madison's looking for their 3rd win of the season over the Woodchucks. And McGann hits the 2-1 into the stands along the first base line, and the count will be 2-2. Two-two to Matt McGann as the Mallards are looking to stay in first place in the Great Lakes West in the second half. 2-2 is swung and missed at, and that will do it. Wausau has lost their 8th straight game as McGann goes down swinging. And Madison improves to 3-5 on the season over against the Woodchucks. Wausau is now 29-31 overall and has fallen to 9-16 in the second half. Madison to 15-12 in the second half and to 30-30 overall. That'll do it for this game tonight. Wisconsin Rapids is heading to Athletic Park tomorrow. That'll be a 6:35 first pitch. You can catch my call on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. But next time here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network will be Thursday, right back here at Warner Park, 6:05 first pitch on Thursday. But until then, we'll see you next time. I'm Will Charlton. Thanks for listening tonight, and have a good rest of your Tuesday evening. Madison wins it once again by a score of 3-1.